Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and here we go with the RNG on our side. So today we're playing against Gonzo, and it looks like he has a DOT team going, so that's not perfect for us, but it's also not the end of the world here. Now, I have a few decisions. I do have the 4 Virtue Squad team again, and we're gonna try getting some Virtues, though this time I did do something a little bit differently. I gave the Crusader Inspiring Cry, because some people are asking, oh, why don't you bring Inspiring Cry, more Virtue chance, right? And, you know, honestly, I feel like it could help, but I'm probably better off just spamming Zealous Accusation. But if I do want to get the Virtues, then, you know, I might as well get the Inspiring Cry. So they're gonna go ahead and yeet me to the back, but that's okay. I do still have to riposte, but my hit chance sucks, and because my hit chance sucks, I'm actually gonna drop a command buff here, so I can actually hit with both the Holy Lance and with the Antiquarian, and with the riposte on all of Gonzo's characters here. Quite an interesting matchup. It is a stress team versus a duty team, but it's not a terrible situation for me. So, I should mention that tournament registration is closing this Friday, so this is like the, I don't know, the 50th time I'm mentioning it, but this is probably the last time I'll mention. If you do want to join, then make sure to enter into the challenge bracket. The brackets will be reshuffled before the tournament actually starts, so don't feel worried about, you know, oh, if I sign up now, I'll have to face Shepard, and that's probably not very good, or you know, otherwise, if I sign up now, I have to face, like, I don't know, W. Callan, the person who won the previous tournament. So we come off with a very powerful Holy Lance onto that Antiquarian. That's most of her HP gone, but sadly I can't really capitalize on it, because she has Rejuvenating Vapors, she has all that stuff, so there really isn't too much I can do, but, you know, I just have to suck it up. I get another 20% move resistance. I would just move back if that happened, honestly. I wouldn't be overly preoccupied about it, but it is funny that it happened twice. It is very funny that it did happen twice. Well, I probably want to go ahead and drop a bolster here since I don't have any accuracy buffs. I feel like that's a nice play. I also want to drop another command buff because my Zealous won't have very good hit chances, but I feel like dropping a bolster right now is overall a smarter move, at least for later down the match. Though at the same time, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to say. It is definitely difficult to say, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with this. And yeah, I'm gonna get uppercut anyway, so, you know, what can you do? I'm actually gonna go ahead and do... Oh, actually, I wanted to drop a Holy Lance onto the Antiquarian, but yeah, it looks like I can't do that immediately. So instead, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop yet another V-Spile. Watch me get a crit now. No crit, but I do hit the doggy, which is very fortunate. Wow, 16 stress? Oh my god, how did you take so much, man? How did you take so much? The monkey spell just boosted it up from 14 all the way to 16. That was actually kind of brutal. And now the doggy is definitely taking, you know, I doubled him in stress, which still isn't a lot, but it's definitely honest work here. So I could go Festering Vapors, but I could indeed go Festering Vapors, but once again, I feel like dropping Rejuvenating might be better here because of all the punctures and all the shenanigans coming my way. This is going to be a bit of a long match, honestly. Just a bit of a long match. Maybe not incredibly long, but a bit long, because we both have a lot of sustain. But Gonzo doesn't really have a lot of offense because he's trying to respect my riposte, which makes sense, but at the same time might not be the smartest decision here. Because, you know, the riposte is definitely scary, especially with the Days of Grandeur and Regis Cloak, but at the same time it is weird. Oh, they're actually gonna drop a Protect Me. Well, that means no more Holy Lance onto there. But what that also means is I drop a command buff now, right? Yeah, I would... what do I want to do? I kind of want to drop a Bellow, but I really need the second command buff here. Let's drop another command buff and then we'll go Bellow. It's perfectly alright here. Yeah, some people were asking in the Discord server, like, when should you command twice? Should you just command once, or should you drop a second one? Like, what do you think is best, Shep? And I was like, you know, I'm not exactly sure. I usually like going for 2 commands because it's usually better than bellowing. Because getting those confirmed hit chances, or, you know, very likely hit chances as well as crits, really helps you win matches. But at the same time, you know, if you get another bell off and you don't really need to get the accuracy buffs, then you know, it's really dependent on what the hell's happening at the moment. I can only move back twice, right? Yes, I can only move back twice, but that's not the end of the road here. I'm gonna go ahead and click, move back, then transform, move forward. So this is gonna be a transform, move forward turn, which isn't ideal. That's for sure, but it's also not the end of the world here. And they can Hound's Area, but they'll go into a riposte. And it does land, you know, I have 139 accuracy on the riposte, so if I had missed it, it wouldn't have been too cool. Do you reckon I would take stress if I had missed the riposte? I'm not sure if that actually works that way. I've never tried it. I've never tried that before. It would be an interesting thing to try out. I'm definitely gonna drop a Beast Smile here as soon as ASAP as possible and just remove my opponent's offensive actions, or you know, not remove them but make them not very fun to drop. They're probably gonna go for yet another puncture though. That's so annoying. Just stop dropping punctures. Come on, give me another move, Rez. I love those previous ones. I kind of want another. Or not. Well, oh, crit heal, nice, thank you. I'm just gonna move back here. You could move back with take cover, but I don't feel like that's very necessary at this point, so I'm not gonna do it. What they want to do here is drop caltrips, or oh no, they don't. That's interesting. That's interesting. They just keep pulling. They're going crazy on those pulls. Well, do I really mind all that much? I could move back here with the Crusader. That's an idea. Move back into Bile, or Holy Lands into the Transformer forwards. I kind of want to Bile, let's be honest. I don't have a chance to do it for a while. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. Just move back into Bile. Thing is, I do have stress heals, so I do have that going for me. So in these very long matches, you know, even though I don't like Inspiring Cry all that much, at least without a trinket for it, I feel like it's gonna be good. And of course, the first Hound's Area, that's actually the second one. Wow, they went for a Hound's Area without a single accuracy buff, landed it on everyone, and got a crit as well. I see there is no justice in this round, I can see that already. Now let's go ahead and drop a Beast Smile though, and no crit, even with 23. That's so sad. I really wish I had gotten a crit there. That would have been a very, very afflicted doggy, but since that didn't happen, then I'm just gonna have to drop a Bellow, and it will still be an afflicted doggy. At least very, very likely, unless I get the funny 92 or, you know, 90 miss. 8 damage. Yeah, you're wondering, well, Shep, how do you do 8 damage? Aha, I have plus damage here, and plus damage on the trinket. So I actually have a decent amount of damage on the riposte now, so if my opponent wants to try hitting into it, they are gonna get punished for sure. If I had gotten a crit, that 8 would have likely been something like a 12, and this anti-grind would be at death's door right now. That would have been absolutely wonderful, but such is not the way of the Butcher Circus. Really wish I had been getting more crits. How many crits have I gotten? I got like a crit Holy Lance, but that's it. Yeah, and I'm dropping 2 command buffs. We all know 2 command buffs equals crits. Come on, give me a crit this time. Wow, no crits. I mean, that's a decent amount, but still no crit. Oh, now you have no more anti-stress taken on there. Nice. Very, very nice. Well, what I want to do here is actually drop a take cover as weird as it looks, because I don't want to get punctured again, and I don't want to get punctured immediately, which I feel like is something Gonzo could have done there. Just puncture me immediately and make sure my characters are forever kind of disrupted, because I can't move back 3 positions, and if I were in position 1 with the Antiquarian, things would have been sort of rough for me. Caltrips into 9 damage, not bad, not crit, not terrible. And let's do maybe Holy Lance into the BH. Yeah, that sounds like an idea. Do I have to do it immediately though? No, but the damage would be sort of nice, so I could just go ahead and do it. But also hit into you, but you have regen, so it won't really do much. Oh, so close. I mean, 13 to 20. I had a pretty decent shot of doing enough, and I did almost enough, but not quite. She's definitely gonna drop to Rejuvenating Vapors now, because there's just way too much damage being dropped. Oh no, gonna go Fast Shrink. Well, I don't feel like you're gonna win this one, Gonzo. I do not feel like it. I mean, if you keep getting lucky with the crits, then maybe you still have a shot here, but I still have the virtues. We need to keep in mind that at some point, I'm just gonna go ahead and virtue like crazy, which is just gonna be really cool. Honestly, I've lost my command buff, so I'm gonna do another one here. just to make sure that the Shieldbreaker doesn't feel like impaling. If she wants to impale, she's gonna have to impale into a riposte. Very, very likely to hit. Oh, she wants to puncture to prevent while. Yeah, makes sense. Fails though. Yeah, there you go. 65 move res. I love it. I love it so much. And now I have a few decisions here. I'm gonna go ahead and transform Slam the Bounty Hunter. So let's do that. And then we're gonna de-transform and keep our damage plus. Once again, no crit. Look at my crit chance. Come on, just give me one. One crit. One crit is all I need. Maybe with the Bile. Maybe with the Bile we'll get a crit. Yeah, hopefully. We can only hope for it. Yeah, we did have extra move res, so the puncture is not very good. Gonzo here is just suffering from the fact that Shieldbreaker is not a very good puller. She can definitely guard break every single time, or at least remove the guard, but she doesn't really pull characters all that well. Apart from cultists and plague doctors, if you have anything with any decent amount of move resistance, you know, you might just fail it. Which makes sense, yeah, it definitely makes sense, but does that mean you should put a net on her? Not quite, because if you put a net on her, what happens is that you lose out on the dodge trinkets, and if you lose out on the dodge trinkets, you're probably going to get stunned, you're going to get abused, and Shieldbreaker won't really be as good as she usually is. So even with the Selfish, I do actually manage to land a hit there, and the Blight onto that Antiquarian, I imagine. So she is not feeling too good. I'm also not feeling too good in terms of DOT. I feel like my opponent has definitely taken a lot of damage with the previous, or you know, the last few actions, just going full on aggression. They wanted to go aggression here again, but there is the surrender. Gonzo realizes that there's no more win chance here. The riposte kind of just melted them. They really tried preventing me from having a riposte up, but it just wasn't enough. One thing they could have done was maybe just try to uppercut me from position 2 to position 4, but even though I'm playing a stress team against a DOT team, I actually had a favorable matchup here, because I can stop that Surf and Turf, and even though they have puncture onto my Antiquarian, she can always just drop take cover if I really, really need her to be in position 4, and I need her to be stealth at the same time. And even though the Shieldbreaker has expose, she can't hit position 4 with that expose, and my opponent's flash Antiquarian did not have flash powder. So there was a few things that had to be considered, and we dealt with them quite well. So still no virtues for this team, quite sadly, but that is going to be all for today. I might play it in the tournament. I don't know, I feel like it's pretty fun just playing with all these virtue chances. If you run against a damage team, it's still very much playable. Like, it's a decent stress team. Maybe take off the Sacred Blade, but it's definitely a decent stress team. But if you play against the stress team, or something that's like DOT and stress, or some sort of crazy mix, then these virtue chances can really turn the tide of a match. So this is no joke. This is absolutely no joke. I don't know what to call this team, but I'm gonna call it Saints Row, because, you know, just all the virtue characters. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hope everyone's doing alright, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.